Hello, and welcome back to Green Greetings, a channel that upload videos about adventure, education, entertainment, and many more, so please subscribe us to watch more interesting videos. So today we are going to discuss about how the world end. Yes, the world will end someday, but the question that rises in your mind is how, when, and why. So watch the video, and find out. Number 1, water. Yes, that's water. This is true that water will end someday. You also see the scarcity of water in present. Nowadays, in some states or even some countries, are having lack of water. Isn't it ironic to find that, though our earth is covered with 70% of water, there is still no accessibility of enough clean water? Yes, that's true, as there are millions of people across the globe that don't have access to water, and even if they do, the water is not pure. This basic need is not just limited to drinking. We wash with it, we use it for our crops and plantations, we hydrate our livestock, and we power our electricity. That's not the end, we use it for too many purposes. No access to clean water will make the population exposed to deadly waterborne illnesses. The global population is growing while the water resources are shrinking every year, which means, an increasing number of people will face challenges of inadequate water accessibility. There are some serious consequences attached to Earth running out of the water. There are various live examples like California's Imperial Valley, where the rapid groundwater depletion has caused the ground to dig in more by around 100 feet in the past 100 years. The shrinking water resources are gradually making it difficult for food production to keep up with the increasing demand. If this scenario remains, the day is not far when political turmoil, civil war, and social unrest will result due to food shortages. Number 2, robots. Yeah, that is robots. There are strong indications that in this century we will witness a massive decrease of the need for human labor. Companies make still high profits with low-paid human labor, as we can see with the growth of industry in Africa. But it is also important to note that around 2 times as much industrial robots were bought in the Asian market as in Europe and the Americas together, and Asia is not known to have the most expensive workforce. Today most humans see robots, computer algorithms, and artificial intelligence as simply tools to support humans, not different from a washing machine. Many humans are frightened that these non-human entities will develop their own interest and that these interests will contradict with our interests, leading to a clash between humans and robots. However, it seems that the path to the singularity will not be as fast as many might think. Therefore, we will have plenty of time to think about how our society will develop when we extend the use of robots and artificial intelligence. We do not know yet what makes artificial intelligence different from us, if it will have emotions, if it will have compassion and empathy, or hidden agendas to turn planets into supercomputers. Now we have no special legislation about robots and artificial intelligence yet. Robots are considered machines. Artificial intelligence is considered either a machine or intellectual property and are therefore owned by humans, companies, or the military. We own them, they are not allowed to own something, not even themselves. If the owner of a machine wants it to be shut down, it will be transferred into oblivion without an objection or a legal debate. This property relationship was once also in power among different groups of humans, we called it slavery. Number 3, the sun. Yes, that's sun. The scientists say that, after some billions years from today, the sun will burn the earth. The sun survives by burning hydrogen atoms into helium atoms in its core. In fact, it burns through 600 million tons of hydrogen every second. And as the sun's core becomes saturated with this helium, it shrinks, causing nuclear fusion reactions to speed up, which means that the sun spits out more energy. In fact, for every billion years the sun spends burning hydrogen, it gets about 10% brighter. A 10% increase in brightness every billion years means that 3.5 billion years from today, the sun will shine almost 40% brighter, which will boil Earth's oceans, melt its ice caps, and strip all of the moisture from its atmosphere. Our planet, once bursting with life, will become unbearably hot, dry, and barren, like Venus. Number 4, air pollution. Yes, air pollution. Air pollution can also end the world. If air pollution is keep increasing day by day, the day is not far when the human beings would face too much unwanted gases, and human beings also have to wear pollution masks in order to live. So what is air pollution? Air pollution refers to the release of pollutants into the air, that are detrimental to human health and the planet as a whole. It is probably one of the most obvious and worrying effects for human beings. Pollutants can cause respiratory illnesses and allergies ranging from coughs to asthma, cancer, or emphysema. Inhalation of toxic agents directly affects the lungs and other organs that make up the respiratory system. Also, poor oxygenation can lead to cardiovascular problems. As the ice masses of the poles melt and sea levels rise, many animal species, whose survival depends on oceans and rivers, are threatened. Currents change, ocean temperatures change and migratory cycles change, and many animals are forced to seek food in environments unknown to them. Deforestation and poor soil quality also mean the disappearance of ecosystems and habitats. And definitively, an imbalance in the behavior of many wild species. Acid rain, climate change, and smog all damage the Earth's surface. Contaminated water and gases seep into the Earth, changing the composition of soils. That directly affects agriculture, changing crop cycles and the composition of the food we all eat. Number 5, World War III. World War III and the Third World War are names given to a hypothetical third worldwide, large-scale military conflict subsequent to World War I and II. The term has been in use since at least as early as 1941. Some have applied it loosely to refer to limited or smaller conflicts such as the Cold War or the War on Terror, while others assumed that such a conflict would surpass prior world wars both in its scope and in its destructive impact. Due to the development and use of nuclear weapons near the end of World War II and their subsequent acquisition and deployment by many countries, the potential risk of a nuclear devastation of Earth's civilization and life is a common theme in speculations about a Third World War. Another major concern is that biological warfare could cause a very large number of casualties, either intentionally or inadvertently by an accidental release of a biological agent, the unexpected mutation of an agent, or its adaptation to other species after use. Large-scale apocalyptic events like these, caused by advanced technology used for destruction, could potentially make the Earth's surface uninhabitable. With the advent of the Cold War in 1945 and with the spread of nuclear weapons technology to the Soviet Union, the possibility of a third global conflict became more plausible. During the Cold War years, the possibility of a Third World War was anticipated and planned for by military and civil authorities in many countries. Scenarios ranged from conventional warfare to limited or total nuclear warfare. At the height of the Cold War, the doctrine of mutually assured destruction or MAD, had been developed, in which determined an all-out nuclear confrontation would cause the annihilation of all of the states involved in the confrontation. The potential absolute destruction of the human race may have contributed to the ability of both American and Soviet leaders to avoid such a scenario.